Welcome, crafty friends, to the Promises Video Hop for Pixi Dust Design. Today we're going to create this card. Let me go over the products quickly that we'll be using. We'll be using the God Will Meet Your All Your Needs. This is a hummingbird and floral set and has the sentiment that you see here. Now, mine didn't come with the sentiment because I am on the design team and we get ours separately. All right, so this side creates all the florals, the other side creates all the bird elements. Those are our dies. I went ahead and stamped my sentiment and fussy cut it out, cut all the elements out as well as some pieces for our card. We're going to start with our hummingbird. I'm going to grab all the pieces that we need for the hummingbird. Here we go. I cut two wings here and I will show you how easy it is to put all of this together. So for the hummingbird, you have the beak separately, the little legs, the little feet here, and then the wings have two layers, and I cut two of them. You only get one die, but you just can cut it as many times as you like. And we'll start. So for the hummingbird, you start out with a one layer for the body, and then for the head, you're going to cut this out, and then it indicates on the little body bottom layer where to adhere everything. So I cut that out of yellow, and then my eyeball and the beak I cut out of black. Now the eye pops right out of that little piece that I cut out of yellow. So you'll have to cut that twice to get your eye. All right, so then I cut my beak and I'm adhering it, trying to line it up. It's a little finicky because it's so thin, so take your time with it. Next is his little chest here. I cut this from shiny, shimmering cardstock from my stash so that it really pops because most hummingbirds have like that really nice pop of color on their chest. So I did that one out of this like fuchsia kind of pink. And then this is the top layer for the of the hummingbird. And this here is a little, like I said, a little finicky, but you take your time and you'll get it done. I was rushing because I'm on video. I'm sure you won't be doing it on video. You just have to line it up, make sure that the head stays. That's the part that was giving me a little hard time because I kept pulling it too hard and it kept moving out of place. So once you get that lined up, there we go. Get this last little part. It's all set. It's looking so cute. So this is the tail. I'm just going to put a little adhesive and tuck it right behind, trying to follow the curvature here of the body. Then for the feet, you're just going to cut those. You can cut those out of yellow or black. Most hummingbirds have darker feet, but you do whatever you prefer. So I'm going to put a little adhesive and place them there. Now with little pieces like this, I recommend you have a, fine tip tweezer or a pokey tool to help you along. So right there is showing you on the wing, it tells you where to layer this piece. Everything is indented for you. When you die cut the pieces, it gives you the little lines. So I'm going to adhere the back wing closer to the head and then the front wing more away from the head. You'll see what I mean. There's closest. And then right here, I'm going to adhere that one, creating like a little V shape. And then with my fingers, I add a little curve to the wings. I'm going to put a little foamish tab right there just to leave that nice dimension to our wings. Our bird is complete. I'm going to set it to the side real quick so we can work on our florals. I'm creating two floral clusters. This is right here. This is the stem or the branch, I should say, for our flowers. All right, I'm going to show you two flowers on screen. I created the rest of them off screen because there are a lot of layers to our flowers. So for this one here, in the center, it indicates where to place the yellow pollen or stamen piece. So you just line it up, press it in place, and you're done. That one's super simple. Two pieces, layered, done. I'm going to put a little foam adhesive on that one and set it to the side. For all the flowers, you'll cut several layers. You'll cut the black little stamen pieces, the little pollen area, and then the green little I don't know what you call it, part of branch bud, and then all the other petals. I cut these from 2 shades of pink. I'm just gonna layer. I add here the black, then the yellow, and this is where I realized my yellow is too high, which is that little piece. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it and place it a little further down. Then the next layer of the floral, then the last layer. And as you see, as you line up those layers, it creates this beautiful dimensional flower. And then here's the little green bud. Now, this is optional. You don't have to do it. I think it gives it a more finished touch. And I just use the same little die. It cuts 2 at a time for you that you use to cut the little yellow centers. Use that, cut little green pieces so that it looks like it's naturally coming from your branch. Okay, so now we're going to assemble our card. I'm going to start with our little watercolor panel here. This is just uh, faux watercolor. It's paper that came this way. I got it from my stash. And I just trimmed it down so that I can create my scene here. I lay it all out for a dry fit. I like where it is. So now I'm going to adhere our little floral clusters. I'm going to place one here, make sure that our hummingbird is still going to be there. I'm going to place that one there, and then this one. So I popped the bigger one in the center, and then this little one I adhere between the 2 clusters that are attached to our branch. It's going to appear like it's all attached once we're done. So I'm going to repeat the process with the other branch. Here you go. And then I place the bigger one. And then these leaves all cut out using one die, which is great. You have a larger one and several small ones. On the package, it tells you to adhere them to the branch. Since I'm cutting most of my branch off, I'm just going to arrange them around our flowers like so, filling in the area above right here. It just creates that nice fullness that we need since the hummingbird is so much larger and it fills in the lower portion. So now our card is balanced. I'm gonna get this last leaf glued in. I am tucking those other ones just behind the larger ones. Now I trim off all the excess that's hanging off, which is just the little tree branches sections. And now we can adhere our uh, hummingbird and our sentiment. I'm just removing the backing I'm popping up my sentiment. So I'm going to remove the backing. I'm going to adhere our a pattern paper layer to our cardstock layer, and then I'll place this whole panel onto our big card base. Now I use dies from my stash to cut these. You can do that or just anything else you would like. So now I'm going to adhere our hummingbird, and like I said, I put little dimension behind its wings. It's going to look so pretty. It gives it so much more life when you do that. I attach the hummingbird, making sure his beak touches some of the florals, and then I place my sentiment. For a finishing touch, I'm going to add some gems. I add some around the hummingbird and sentiment so your eye gets drawn to our focal point, and 1 or 2 near our florals so that your eye moves up so you can see the entire image easily. And we're done. So again, we're using the hummingbird and floral set, which is called God Will Meet All Your Needs. Yours will come with your sentiment attached. The design team got our packages way early. So don't forget, this is part of the hop. Make sure you hop along and look at everybody's video. Leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Thank you.